welcome everybody that just joined the Consistent Passive Profits slash Covered Strangles. Just wanted to give you a quick overview on what to look for and what we're going to start out with. So first you want to go to the Start Here Ebook Strategy channel. If you don't have a futures account, I'd recommend using tastytrade. That's what I use. The commissions are less than Thinkorswim if you don't open and close the trade. If you just let it expire, like the Consistent Passive Profits. So there, you could link up there. As for the works and say your experience and looking for growth, and they should approve you. I think I initially joined with only $2,000 on tastytrade, and it let me get futures on it. Next is the strategy guides, and I left the individual strategy guides on the other channels in a pinned message. But these have all the strategy guides for everything I wrote. A little bonus for you guys. There's additional strategy guides that you don't have access to, but you could read it and learn it as well. On the strategy guides, I'll show you on the other pin channels. And then next is the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet will log all my trades in. So let's look at the spreadsheet here. The main tabs in the spreadsheet you want to look at are the weekly MES. These are the consistent passive profits where I sell a naked put on MES futures. And then the stock covered strangle, and this has the individual stock ones. So let me just go over what I'm looking at here. If you look at the stock covered strangles, I put the stock on the top and it's frozen to the screen, so even if I move down, you'll still see it. I'm saying how many shares I'm willing to take in. That doesn't mean I have this many shares yet. It's just I'm okay if it drops to get more shares by selling more puts. So those are the stocks. In terms of risk and return or possible return, Iron and Hood are going to be a little bit of the riskier ones. They have more implied volatility, so they're going to move a little bit more in general. SLV and SCHD are kind of the two safer ones. There's less implied volatility there, so you're not going to see necessarily as big of a growth, but you're not going to see as much of a drawdown either. And then BITO is kind of in between those. It does pay a high dividend, but Bitcoin could move and share price quite a bit as well. So just be aware of that. The way that I put these out is I'll say how many shares I initially bought. Then I'm going to put the covered call strike price right here. And then the cash secured put strike price as well. And then the premiums here. Also put the expirations. I'm out to 12/20 at this point. So in this first month, you might want to just follow along and look at the channels. You could do the futures trades while you're waiting on that. Then I'm going to go over the cost basis. So that one I'm currently in. And this other example, I'm already out of this trade. So for Hood, I bought 100 shares at $23.55. Sold a covered call for 0.43. Sold a cash secured put for 0.35. Subtract those two numbers from the cost of the shares, because this is premium that you get in your pocket, and then you get your cost basis. So essentially 22.95 is the cost basis because I take the 23.55, subtract these two numbers. Then we're going to see at expiration what happens. In this case, it actually went above the 25 strike price of the covered call right here, so I wrote exercise there. And then I figure out the net profit. If it doesn't close yet, like right here, I'm still in silver. I'm just waiting on it. I wrote the cost basis by subtracting 27.99 from these. And then when the expiration date comes up, we'll see what happens to the outcome. Move that over. So you can see what happens to the outcome at this point, and we'll figure out the profit, cost basis, and total profit. Whenever I'm out of a trade, I'll re-enter a new one right below it. As for the channels, if you go to the Consistent Passive Profits channel, this will have the strategy guide, and it's pinned to the page. So if you click on the little pin messages up here, You'll see the strategy guide for futures 1 week cycle is the consistent passive profits, and then covered strangle. Make sure you read both of these before you enter trades. Excuse me. So in these, I'm going to be alerting the consistent passive profits. I'll do this one on Sunday evening, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. So I'm going to say what the current price of the MES futures is. We usually go around 26 days out, and I'm going to sell a put. I'd say the premium to take in for a minimum, and then I'll show a screenshot of what I got filled. This will always be a little bit less than this, so try to get at least 6 if I wrote that, even though I got 7 on it. For covered strangles, it's been a little while, let me find one right here. We're going to sell 2 naked puts on futures. This is not the same as buying 100 shares of stock, selling a covered call, selling a cash secured put, but we're going to start it off by selling 2 puts. It's because it makes it a little bit safer. If it happens to drop, then we get assigned. And then on these, I'm going to close these out at 75% profit. Backtesting showed that that was a very good result. For the stock ones, click on the covered strangle channel here. I left some videos there as well. This is kind of the main page. You could ask questions here if you have any based on covered strangles. And then if you look at the threads right here, I left these up for, excuse me, the 5 different positions I'm going to be doing covered strangles on. Just like I'd say iron, for instance. This last one, I sold the 1220, sold a covered call, sold a naked put in this case. You could also make it cash secured if you want. I already had 100 shares from the previous week. These both expired worthless on the previous week, so I just entered a new one. So that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. And we'll start the first trade on Sunday evening. If you don't have futures approval, make sure you get it, and you can join along with us. Have a good one, guys.